Star Wars Unlimited enthusiasts, welcome back to another video where we're taking Jin Law Splash Red, more importantly the 6th place deck from the PQ in Turin, Italy, for a spin. Once again, we're going to take a quick look over the leader, the deck, and then we're going to jump to Carabas for our best 2 out of 3 to see if we can truly win with it. So when Law was slowly being revealed to us, we got the new leader, Jin, who's all about rebels, being able to action pay 1, tap her if a friendly rebel unit was defeated this phase. Search the top 3 cards of your deck for a card and draw it, and then put the other cards at the bottom of your deck in a random order. So the whole gimmick is that you sacrifice your rebels, you look at top 3 cards, and then you can grab a card to your hand. What's very powerful about this is the fact of the matter that she doesn't require you to redraw a rebel card. She just requires you to draw any card. So meaning that you can look at the top 3 cards and find, say, your aggressive negotiations, your next play, anything like that that doesn't have to be a rebel card. It just has to be a card and you just draw it. You don't even reveal it. So the whole gimmick here is that we're using this, that the Stygian inspired base is being used. You could use the other red splash base if you wanted to. The splash bases all say the exact same thing for the commons. You epic action, you can play a card from your hand, ignoring one of its penalties besides, of course, villainy and heroic, and you play that card. So we are on 27 health as well, so we do die a little quicker than, say, the force bases that are 28 and the standard 30 health bases as well, but nonetheless it allows you to splash out a guy for their normal cost as long as one of the other 2 of either your leader or your base matches that coloration. Jin on her backside, she flips for 5. She's a 3/6 that does the exact same thing in her backside. On attack, you look at top 3 cards. If a rebel defeated this phase, you could look at top 3 cards of your deck and then draw one of those cards. So again, the whole kind of gimmick here is, since we're in red, like I said with the Stygian Spire, we're just running aggressive negotiations turbo. We're going to use Jin's ability to fill the top 3 cards of our deck, look into grabbing in aggressive negotiations, and then we're just going to push for the game with aggressive negotiations, of course using that massive draw engine that Jin gives us on her front and backside. Very important, folks, when you have your flip turn for Jin, it's very important to note that you should use both effects. As long as you've had a rebel die on Jin's 5th turn, or the 5th resource that you play down, what you want to do is then trigger Jin's effect on her front side, being able to look at top 3, draw 1, then flip Jin over and attack, and look at top 3 and draw 1. Jin doesn't care when the rebel died, as long as the rebel has died in the entirety of that phase. So Jin is very powerful on her 5th turn because you are capable of searching out 2 cards on your 5th resource turn. So allowing you to immediately be able to draw into 2 cards, which could draw you into higher chance of drawing into aggressive negotiations or follow up for later turns. So for the rest of the deck, we have a triple Bodhi Rock on attack of a friendly rebel unit Sentinel for the phase, including himself, which does allow us to then proc the Jin effect. Triple Chio Fan on attack, choose 2 players. If you do, they each draw a card. While you never really want to give your opponent a draw, we definitely need to be seeing draws in our deck because we want to draw into aggressive negotiations and we need to draw into cards so that we have a large enough hand to melee OTK our opponent on 1 turn of aggressive negotiations. Triple Karis Mimic, hidden, and then when defeated you may disclose red-white, and if you do, you create a readied spy token. Triple Outer Rim Constable, defeat any upgrades, in case we run into, of course, those matchups with JTL-style leaders that aren't Luke Skywalker. Double Warrior Clan Ordo, on attack may disclose red. If you don't, you deal 2 damage to your base, but again, we're in that, we have red, we have plenty of red, so we just swing, deal 3 damage, we just reveal a red card, and we're fine to go. One of our 2 sets of cards that are going to be out of aspects for our base is, of course, Ezra Bridger. With Raid 1, when played, you may heal 2 damage from a unit. If you control a red or yellow unit, you may heal 4 damage from a unit instead. So basically, as long as we really want to be playing this when we have a red unit, so we can burn the ability of the Stygian Spire to splash out the Ezra into the battlefield and then heal 4 damage from a unit. 2 Hona with Raid 2 and Restore 2. triple Kanan Jarrus, the other unit to splash with our base, mainly because we are using it for the red side of it. When played normally, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 2 or less to its own hand. If you control a green or red unit, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 4 or less to instead. So basically, again, we really want to splash them out when we have one of our red units out on the board, so we can of course get that 4 spin back. Triple Ray, when this card is drawn during the action phase, not drawn during the regrouping phase. If you control a red leader or base, you may reveal this card from your hand if you do 2 damage to unit and 2 damage to a base. So a great way to do with this is that we really want to see this off Jin. So we go Jin, look at top 3, we can grab the Ray that's in our action phase. So we are able to then show the Ray and deal 2 damage to one of our opponent's units and 2 damage to our opponent's base there, as well as then being able to play a 5/5 as well on the board battlefield. Triple Zeb may deal 3 damage to a ground. If you control a green or yellow unit, you may deal 5 damage to the unit. That's going to be a little harder to get off. The only yellow and green that we have on that we will have the ability to play out is going to be Ezra and Kanan. But if we do have one of those 2 out, we have the Zeb, we can just drop the Zeb and deal 5 damage to a ground unit. It's also a 4/4 Sentinel with Rebel, meaning that if it does die, we do have the ability to proc the Jin. And then finally, 2 Syntacaz of when played, you may attack with a unit and has plot. So if we want to wait 1 more turn and then plot Jin out on her 6th turn and then plot this out, we can do that as well, and then allowing us to swing with a unit or swing with the Jin for game, or we can easily just play this for on our 6th turn and attack with something as well. For space, we're running 1 Red Squadron Y-Wing on attack, deal 3 indirect damage to that defending player. Triple Red 5 on attack, deal 2 damage to a damaged unit. Double Red Squadron X-Wing when played may do 2 damage to this unit and draw a card. Again, as a reminder, we definitely want to be always drawing. We need to be getting into our aggressive negotiations and having a big enough hand to where we can snipe our opponent with an OTK with aggressive negotiations. 1 Sabine's Masterpiece, we do care actually for all 4 of them, depending if we have a Kanan and Ezra out. But anyways, on attack, if you control a blue unit, he'll do damage to your base. A green unit, give an experience token to a unit, including this one. Red, deal 1 damage to unit or base. And yellow, exhaust already a resource. And then finally, Triple Rebellious Hammerhead. This is very nice because, again, we're in aggressive negotiations. This is the ship we might aggressive negotiate. But anyways, dropping this and dealing a whole lot of damage to a unit for each card in our hand basically allows us to near show that we're going to be able to win the game, because we will be able to drop this, go aggressive negotiations next turn onto it, and deal that a lot of damage onto 1 unit for the play, and then damage for the swing from it. So it's pretty nice. So yeah, when played, deal damage to a unit equal to the number of cards in your hand. Finally, the event, the namesake of every red deck right now, Aggressive Negotiations. If you are in the color red, I don't know why you're not playing this card. This is probably the first major ban card that we're going to probably see. There's a lot of red leaders popping up, from Chewbacca to Jin to Tobias. Tobias actually just runs the red base. Jin in this case runs the red base. So it's a leader with a red base or a leader that's naturally red are kind of popping up right now, and they're being able to just abuse this card without a doubt. So but this is probably going to be definitely the first true banned card for this for Premier post rotation. So anyways, aggressive negotiate attack with the unit. For this attack, it gets +1 for each card in your hand. So that will be it definitely will be very interesting if this is the first true ban. Again, we're just getting into PQ season for the Lawless time meta, so I have to let some more PQs and events pile up results for Fantasy Flight to know whether or not this is ban worthy, but it's definitely ban worthy. And then finally, 2 Retaliation. Defeat a unit that dealt damage to your base's face. I'm not sold on this card, if I'm being a little honest. I don't like having to have my base get damaged and then I get to kill the unit that damaged it, but it's still a pretty good card. I mean, it's still a great way to knock out a leader if a leader swung into your base. For upgrades, we have double Nimble Prowess attached to a friendly unit. When played, you may exhaust a unit in the attached arena. Double Moral Authority must attach to a friendly unique unit. When played, attached unit captures an enemy non-leader unit with less remaining HP than it. And 1 Sudden Ferocity, which we will just simply plot out on Jin's turn. So we put this in, we flip Jin, we plot it onto Jin, and then we can go aggressive negotiations the next turn and make Jin an even bigger threat. For the sideboard, we have triple 𝐒𝐓𝐾𝐒. When played on attack, you may defeat a credit token belonging to any player if you do 1 damage to a base. So basically, we're running into a strategy that definitely is using credit tokens we're going to bring this in off our sideboard so that we can deal with that credit abuse that's happening with that leader. Double Let's Call of War, deal 3 damage to unit. Then if you have the initiative, you deal 2 damage to another unit in the same arena. Double Galen Urso, when play, name a card. While this unit is in play, each non-leader card an opponent owns with that name, including those in play, lose all abilities. So basically, you just lose all the abilities on your card. We can plot it out as well, but we're probably going to more or less just play this on the 4-drop turn rather than plotting it out when we flip Jin. 1, the tree remembers an enemy unit loses all abilities for the phase, and then if it's cost 3 or less, we could just nuke it. And then finally, 2 commandeers, which we can splash out. The splash bases don't say ignore the aspect on a unit, it's just ignore an aspect altogether on a card. So commandeer states take control of a non-leader vehicle unit that costs 6 or less without a pilot on it, and if you do, ready it, and at the start of the next regroup phase, return to its owner's hand. So typically a good thing about this is you could steal a unit that's already readied, or you could steal a unit that is rested that your opponent can't swing or has swung, and then you can just take it in and feed it into your opponent. But a lot of times I think sometimes maybe you should take a unit that you know for a fact your opponent is going to swing with first, and then take it with commandeer and have it as yours, and then swing with it. Or even swing it and kill it into one of your opponent's units. So that is the Jin Law Splash Red deck. Let's take it to Carabas to see how well we do. Alright, here we go, folks. Lando Blue, the new Lando from, of course, this set. That's action, choose 1, choose an aspect, and then discard a card from your deck. If it has that chosen aspect, create a token. That's 6 or more resource, flip them over, and then when deployed, you may defeat a credit token if you create 3 credit tokens. As for us, we will keep the hand that we got. We'll put away Ezra, and I think we'll do the Karis. So it's a really cool deck. I know there's a big debate on if you should be in the blue or the green aspect. I know that's like the big true debate. Is it better to be in Lando green or Lando blue? I think it kind of really matters on your taste and preference which one you want. Interesting starting off with the fireball, but I mean that is 3 straight damage on my base. We will trigger to draw 1 more, sent to Kaz, okay. We will swing, we will trigger the both of us draw, retaliation. Okay, so basically you can't give it right now to that. We'll put the Senta away. This fireball is near death, by the way, because it only has a health point left. So if this swings and attacks the base, I have no real care. Okay, it's just swing and kill there. We will go for Nimble Prowess, resting the Ezra. We're going to go Kanan bounce. Let's go for Bodhi. And then we can trigger Jin. Let's get Moral Authority, and then we can pass from there. We can put this Kanan away. Okay. Still no credit token creation, but again, it's not exactly the worst thing in the world if he doesn't create a credit token. 2, give himself Sentinel. We do have retaliation. We can defeat a unit that did attack our base this turn, so we technically can kill the Ezra Bridger off here. Let's flip Jin. So pitching to create a credit token. Swing and do this. Let's grab the Constable. Oh, that sucks because we did get rid of it. Okay, the Anakin Skywalker too. Alright. I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing. I don't think we're going to need that array. Okay, so let's go Moral Authority. Let's grab that. I mean, he can make 3 credit tokens this turn when he flips the Lando. Two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards. Yeah, we'll aggressive negotiations. We'll get the ball rolling on the hits there. We'll claim. Lando's a 4/7, so I mean, we drop the hammerhead. We kill Lando in one shot with the hammerhead. Three credit tokens, so he can play a 9-cost unit, which can be the Liberty. Ah, yes, it is the Liberty. Unfortunately, this knocks back upgrades, not backing this back. Okay, which is kind of funny. I just do not know how I'm killing off the Liberty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. We drop 1 into the resources, drops us down to 7. Okay, we can't put anything in the resources this turn. We're going to go to done. Drop the hammerhead. We kill the Liberty off. The hilarious part is we can go Moral Authority again on Jin, and we can take another dude because he bounced us Moral Authority. I really don't want you to not let me attack for the turn. Yet or just claim. Unfortunately, I don't think we're winning this one. I'm getting beat stick to death. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It'd be a +8, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I would be short. It's unfortunate, but that is short. 3 damage points. That Liberty really did suck when it hit me. Alright, next game. Alright, we could drop Galen to stop the Liberty, but we do want to bring in all of our Armas here, just because we're now dealing with a credit deck. There he is. Alright, what do we want to drag out? We'll drag out both Sentas. And let's drop the Ezra down to 1. I think that's good right there. Don't think we need anything else. Like, we could do Let's Call War to start pinging more damage, but I think that's fine. Let's go to ready. We'll start. That's a good start. We'll keep this. We'll put away these two. We'll start off with a Chio fan. A wolf. Claim. We will put away the red squadron. We can put a... Yeah, I have to put the nimble, hilariously enough, because I need the extra 1 power to punch over the wolf. We can kill off the creature. Trigger will both draw. Retaliation. We'll drop a Karis, and then we'll pass. This will be good once he starts getting the credits. I don't want him to know I have it just yet. I want him to first go for a credit play, and then I can kill the credit when he does it. It's like they always have it, you know? Okay. Splash out the Ezra, heal. We're going to trigger to draw another Chio fan, and then we can pass from there. We don't need multiple of these guys. We do have the ability to go Retaliation onto the Kane and Jarrus. Okay. Lucky enough, hilarious enough, we do actually have the 5, so we can actually, funny enough, kill that because we have a green unit out with the Ezra. Alright. We'll do that. So this means that the Kanan would have to come and kill the Zeb. Yep, we can deploy Deploy the Jin. Hit the base. You can grab this trigger. Pay 2, pay 2. Okay. We hit again, we'll trigger the draw another, and we will pass. We'll put the clan. Yeah, we'll put a clan Ordo away. Okay. I don't know why it didn't select the clan Ordo. Okay, apologies there, folks. I'm glad my opponent allowed me to do that. Okay, yep, there he went. 𝐒𝐓𝐃𝐄, kill his credit. 1 damage to a base. That's why I was waiting on it. I was waiting for him to throw the credit out. So he's using Faith and Friends. Let's see if he's going to get these spy tokens. I mean, he should. Oh, there's a Liberty now in his hand. Okay, well, it's a good thing we hit that. I really did not need to have a Liberty screaming out at me. We'll pass on actually the trigger here. Yeah, I don't think you're taking many credit tokens, my friend, with that. Okay. So just took the initiative, swing on the base, pass. He's just gonna go and kill. That's his thing. He doesn't want me to have the ability to rip credit tokens out of him. Because if this swings, I just blow up another credit. So he has to come after this. Yep. Chiofan, pass. I mean, I'm going to be eating the Liberty anyways. Because he can reduce the cost of Liberty by paying up 1, 3. Of course, I did not hit another Kairos. Hit. Alright. 3 credit tokens now. Not that I like creating 3 credits, you know? Zeb deal 3 damage because I don't have a green out. But this will kill the Lando. Which in my opinion isn't too bad of a trade. He could drop the Liberty here. He does have the 8 requirement, 6 and then 2 credits. And he does allow to arrest the Jin, which is going to be annoying. I don't have a great way to deal with that. Or he could just drop a Bo-Katan on my head. Yeah, I'll disclose the ray, create a spy. Deal 2 damage. Getting another experience token because of forgot how Bo-Katan works. At least Bo-Katan's only for the turn. I'll pass. There, well, there she is. Aggressive negotiations. I think we can go to done. Ambush kill, and then he can take because he can't capture a leader with this. Yep. And then that just gives another experience token. Whoopee! Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I'm very close to winning it. Grab the hammerhead. Because technically the Bo-Katan can kill the Jin. And the Lando can do a whole bunch of damage, yep. We'll just claim. I mean, there's a Zeb which can technically not kill anything. We'll just go to dumb. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage I can deal to something. I think the bigger threat right now is that Lando. I still don't know how we're dealing with either of these, so don't ask me that. And he can just drop a Liberty now and block me from space. So I'm not seeing any like great way we're outing this. Just going to take the initiative, huh? I mean, a drop of a Liberty is quite painful for me. We can throw a red 5 away. Yep, Liberty rest. We can throw 3 damage onto the Mando. We still have 3 left, which is hilarious because we still have 𝐷𝐷𝐿 we can drop. Because, I mean, Bo-Katan's going to kill Zeb. There's no reason why he would not swing that and then give the Mandalorian another experience token. Yep. I mean, he just claims the initiative. He can trigger the Liberty to rest this. So, I mean, there's not really much a way I can actually out. Well, I guess technically, no, I do have the out. I just go retaliation on the Liberty, kill it off. I mean, that also works too. The big question is, does he actually have another Liberty he can swing at me? Oh my god, I'm dead either way. I'm dead either way. Because there's no way for me to, because I could, because funny enough, I can go hammerhead to kill one of these two, but it doesn't matter. Kill the Bo-Katan, the Mandalorian can kill me because that's the extra experience token. I mean, what was I supposed to do there? Yep. Well, folks, that's it. Man, my luck kind of with red right now has not been great. Running into that Lando and immediately struggling with it as well. And maybe we should have if we've kept our 𝐕𝐿s a little more secure in our hand to deal with it. I don't know. Again, it's still a very fun deck. Don't get me wrong. Jyn Erso is really, really fun to play around with. I just don't maybe think I played it right. I don't completely know. Maybe I'm not playing this deck right. Maybe these hyper aggressive strategies aren't my type of thing. I sometimes like to play more mid-range. If I don't really play a lot of hyper aggressive, like what this meta is right now, it's just hyper aggro. You just beat down your opponent with red strategies, and yeah, maybe that's not me. Maybe that just isn't me. I still like Luke. I think Luke is my favorite. If we're typing hyper aggro decks, it's Luke Dateable 100%. But nonetheless, guys, you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the Jyn 𝐿/red deck. What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on this meta being hyper aggro right now? When do you think Fantasy Flight's going to fix the hyper aggro meta and cool it down to where mid-range and control strategy can get back into being some more normalized within this meta? And overall, let me know your thoughts right now on the Law meta as well as on the gameplay. If I could have done anything better to win. And while you guys are commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you know when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Mom Dragons TCG.